Guy Fawkes, Demon Hunter, Book 1, A Clangour of Bells. Prologue. A shock of white hair on the wrong side of the safety barrier catches Jamie Frost's eye. Panic races through his veins. That old man shouldn't be there. Jamie's expectations for his newspaper report on the Poppleton Centre bonfire and fireworks spectacular had been low. He'd imagined a story detailing the crowds of smiling faces and the colourful display lighting up the night, the type of report the local paper loves. Instead, this intruder threatens to derail the show, or worse, turn it into a disaster. From one side, a yellow-jacketed pyrotechnician approaches the mountain of felled branches, timber offcuts, and smashed-up pallets that make up the pyre, a flaming torch in his hand. From the other, the rake-thin, white-haired old man dashes towards the stacked wood. He points to the top of the pile where an effigy of Guy Fawkes sits. "Stop!" he cries. "You can't burn him!" Over the sound of the loudspeaker, counting down to ignition. No one else hears him. Jamie scans the scene looking for marshals or safety officers. No one else has seen the old man. "He's a hero!" the old man cries. "Stop!" Jamie shouts, but no one hears him over the sound of those joining the countdown. He raises his hand and points, but his actions mimic those around him, waving their hands in excitement. The countdown is at 7. Still, no one else has noticed the interloper. With the cry of 6, Jamie clambers over the barrier. He sprints, glancing to the left, where the flame is but a few meters from the woodpile. The countdown has reached 3. The old man is footsteps from the pyre. Jamie knows he won't make it. The crowd shouts, 2! The flame is inches from the wood, ready to set it alight. At 1, the old man crashes into the wood, reaching for the effigy. At the same time, the pyrotechnician touches the flame to the pyre, and the wood, heavily doused in flammable liquid, ignites with a roar. The old man is lost behind a constantly shifting wall of flame. Wood crackles and snaps beneath his weight. Still, Jamie runs towards it. From the top, the straw-stuffed dummy shifts. A hand closes around its leg, and half a second later the effigy flies from the pile. It comes to rest in the grass to Jamie's right, flames licking at its clothing. Jamie reaches the edge of the bonfire, but the extraordinary heat brings him to a halt. Every sense is embellished. His nostrils flare with the overpowering smell of burning. Every crackle of wood is a crack of thunder. A kaleidoscope of reds, yellows, and oranges dazzles Jamie until, between the flickering flames, he spies one of the old man's legs. Jamie reaches in without thought. The vicious lick of flame attacks his neck first, then one cheek, growing ever more painful, like 1,000 simultaneous pinpricks. He grabs the old man's leg and drags him from the pyre onto the grass, away from the fire. Jamie falls back and gulps at fresh air. Time slows as he ponders his actions and realizes the consequences. His hands explode in agony, pain flares in his neck and across his face. The sound of panic in the crowd pounds in his ears, and the brightness of the bonfire blinds him. He doesn't see the marshals until they're upon him. One man throws a fire blanket over the old man and beats the flames from his clothes. Another grabs the zip on the front of Jamie's jacket and yanks it down, then reaches for the shoulders and pulls the jacket off him. Before Jamie can question the action, he sees the glow in the fibres, which are extinguished under the foot of the marshal. Jamie looks again at the fire. Within, a branch breaks, and the flames reach higher. He concentrates on his breathing, drawing in a deep breath. But as it hits his lungs, he coughs. All he can smell is burning.